Hello everybody, it is I, Earthknite, and welcome to XCOM, Enemy Within. Now, I've tried over a dozen times to actually record a series for this. Never really was able to get through it. I thought about doing XCOM Enemy Unknown first, kind of do like Rythian does, because I do have XCOM 2, but it's been a bit rough, especially now where I am work-wise. So I was thinking maybe I'll give it a shot now, just do a every now and then type video. Especially now with my new editing software, I'll be able to edit much better. But I'm also working on an animation, both my intro animation and my Battle of Brothers animation. So I've been a little busy recently between work and that, and I'm about to start moving for a month, and then it's going to get a little confusing soon. I've also had to put off writing reviews for W2Mnet, which kind of upsets me, but the next one should be Shadow of War. I look forward to that, and I will make that series. Full Throttle will probably continue after sometime in June, July, later June, early July, depending on where I stand. But this series, this is my favorite game by far. I've logged, without including Minecraft of course, but I've logged the most hours on this game alone, more than my other top 4 games combined. It's quite a bit of hours. I have over 500 hours on this game, I believe, and that was before I even had it for Steam. So I love this game. It is my favorite, especially this version. So what we're going to do, I'm doing easy only because I haven't actually played for a long time, and I just did like half of a campaign. I got through Gangplank, which is a download DLC. I got through that and was like, yeah, no, this is a lot harder than I can handle. We are enabling the tutorials only in the fact that it does give us it gives us a better starting advantage, and it'll help introduce the controls so I don't have to explain it. Meld tutorial, automatically, it's needed. I'll explain that when it comes here. Operation Progeny, there's an alien abductee, and it's part of the Psychic campaign. As far as I know, it just automatically comes with this. It was part of an Enemy Unknown download. Operation Slingshot, that was the one where Gangplank is one of the missions. It's pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing. And we're going to enable this so Dr. Valen doesn't have to keep telling me stop blowing up the aliens. Okay, so we're going to start it there. XCOM, genetics, mechs. So Enemy Unknown was the first one to come out, and it is based off of a rather old series. So I'll be quiet for this intro, but I love this quote. Something fell from the sky. It's all surrounded. Look at it.
In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed.
Those are not your first units. Picky about details.
Good luck, Commander.
Thank you. XCOM, Enemy Within. Ah, I love this game.
That was the last transmission, sir.
Patch me through to Voodoo 3-1.
You were being deployed to Germany. At 1900 hours Zulu, several unidentified objects fell to Earth. After ruling out the possibility of a downed satellite, we now believe these objects to be extraterrestrial in nature. Shortly after impact, German officials received reports of mass hysteria and freak weather around one of the impact zones. Then things went dark. At 2100 hours, a chopper carrying a German military recon team went down in the area after they reported being fired upon. As you know, Germany is a member of the Council, and they have requested our assistance. Our mission is to assess the situation on the ground, ascertain the current status of the German recon team, and investigate the extraterrestrial objects. Central out.
Sweet. So, as you can see, these were not the people that walked in there at first. That's just observation.
Central, this is Big Sky. Looks like we found the crash site.
Roger, Voodoo 3-1. Any sign of activity?
Negative. Nothing's moving down there.
Okay. Set her down nearby.
So, as I was saying, there's probably going to be some vocalization, but I'm going to talk over the tutorial parts. Just show you rather than sit there and listen. It is a turn-based multi-unit strategy, so you kind of got your Sid Meier's Civ feel to it, but it's also it's more like chess, really, in how you go about it. And there are varying, especially in the newer one, XCOM 2, there's a lot
Central.
of variations in numbers that go into the gameplay.
Out of the open and into cover. Whatever did this could still be out there. Delta 1, take point. Take cover behind that debris directly in front of you.
I promise you, not all gameplay will be this boring. I will rage a lot. Mostly because...
Good. Now advance to the vehicle nearby.
well, you'll see.
Delta 2, your turn. Move up to the debris. That thing isn't going to offer you much cover, but it's better than nothing. There's
I've
full
done this
cover
tutorial
straight ahead. Advance to
way
that
too many
position.
times. I've memorized
Delta
it.
3, move to that vehicle.
Go to
Central,
cut
I have
scene.
movement. 30 meters north of my position. Police vehicle.
Roger. Proceed to the next vehicle for a better vantage point. Delta 4, go check it out.
Holy hell.
What do you see, Delta 4? Report.
Looks like one of the recon teams, sir. It looks like something...
Is that your man, Delta 4?
Negative, sir. That's someone else.
Dr. Valen, what's he saying?
He is saying, help me. That radio transmission is coming from somewhere north of the squad's current position. Based on its strength, probably from inside a structure.
Thank you, Doctor. Delta, advance and infiltrate that building. And remember, stay in cover.
So, you have your two move circles. You got your normal, which then takes one action flag. And then you have your sprint, which takes both. Certain actions will require both, such as a heavy taking a rocket shot would require both. a sniper at first.
I got a lot of blood here.
Okay,
Roger.
tell me to go in there. Let's see it again.
I think I just found another one
That
of the recon
is
team.
a very
What's
ominous
left of him.
reference
This doesn't
to
make sense.
aliens, but
He's been dead for a week.
Even more
yeah,
perplexing is the cause of
I
death.
hate what
It
that
appears
means.
that he was eviscerated when something burst out of him from the inside.
I want to know what
Sir,
that means.
I have
Where-
visual on the object.
I
Permission to
can't see it
approach.
enough. But that German
The
on
only
the
cover
board
between
right
you and
here.
that building. Permission granted.
Talk to me, soldier. What is it?
I got no idea what this thing is.
But I
But I
can
can
confirm
confirm
that it's no satellite.
Roger. All right, Delta Squad. You're almost to the building. Keep moving. Okay, people.
Now let's get inside. Delta 1, there's a window up ahead. Go
Delta
take a
1,
look.
There's a window in front of you.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
In position. Looks clear.
Delta 2. That
Okay,
door's in our
so
way.
if I can actually
Take it
like
down.
focus and stay on track long enough for me to explain this game.
Solid copy.
This is a turn-based, clearly, strategy, because you have your turn and then it pauses after you moved all your units and used both their flags to go into alien activity, which is basically the alien's turn to move. Now, the reason it has that short pause, on this mission, it won't really move as much until you see them, but there's some units, like stealth units, that can
Copy, Delta 3.
move
Okay, everyone.
during that turn that you won't notice. Sometimes they do move into your view, sometimes they don't. It depends on the mission and what the alien's objectives are.
See if you can communicate with him. Tell him to
Um,
drop his weapon.
So Dr. Vollen's
I
going to
will
stay
try.
here and speak German to try to get
Hallo.
him to drop his gun.
Können Sie
All he's
mich
going to say is
hören?
Hilfe.
Wir sind hier, Ihnen zu
Um,
Bitte lassen Sie Ihre Waffen fallen.
So there were I want to say 7 games before this.
He appears to be in
You
shock.
defend Earth, you go to the moon, you go to the aliens planet, there's UFO defense. It's a long series. XCOM is this one was created, then first-person shooter version, XCOM Declassified,
Delta
came out,
3.
which is
Moving
kind
to
of
disarm him.
taking it to why XCOM was made. I haven't played much of it. I've seen a lot more than I've played, but it was actually really fun, the small amount I did play. But it wasn't as high a budget as this game. Ooh, look at those eyes. Ooh, Martian, destroy all humans.
What the hell is going on?
What type of shotgun is? That's not your generic shotgun. I want that one. So I did mention 2 things that are added into this game that aren't in the normal XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is the mechs and the genetics, gene mods, which I'll go over later, of course, probably in the 2nd or 3rd episode. Depends on how long this episode takes, how much I have to cut it, how much I have to put it together, because I gotta sit here and try to explain all this. So hit enter. Now, while we're here, I'm going to explain these. So you have your fire. You just hit enter, you enter your combat firing, and if there's multiple targets, you can select through them. So, yellow means flanked. If your unit's yellow, they're flanked. If their unit's yellow, they're flanked.
Get out of there and get into cover.
Flying units can flank, but cannot be flanked unless they're on the ground. You'll see that later. It's annoying. So then we have number 2 is Overwatch. That's basically that's what I do a lot with snipers, is I'll put them up top somewhere where I know they'll see a lot of the battlefield. Like there's several missions that are just they repeat every time, kind of like the tutorial. And I'll put my sniper up on top and just keep putting him in Overwatch, because that's honestly what one of the things they're best at. Another thing is, if there's stealth units, you don't have something to protect against them, you'll see those later, and I'll explain that later when I get the item too. You will get, they'll come right up to you, and if you have Overwatch, they'll become